Crew Creations. I recently went on a trip to Georgia, and here's my review of ArieForce One at Fun Spot Atlanta. ArieForce One is an RMC hybrid coaster that opened up at Fun Spot Atlanta earlier this year. Now, Fun Spot as a whole isn't very big. Until a couple years ago, they were only known for their go-karts and a couple of flat rides. Now, in my opinion, they're one of the best park chains around. Fun Spot is the best example of quality over quantity. They don't have a lot of coasters, but the ones they do are top-notch. ArieForce One being the newest. Now, this thing flies. I've only ridden 4 RMCs, but this one is better than Steel Vengeance in my opinion, which I have also ridden. In my opinion, the second half of this ride is better than the first half, which is all of the layout after the stall. Not to say that the first half is bad, more that the second half is just better. The Raven Trust Dive and the stall do give some excellent hang time though. Now, the second half. The Outer Bank is insane. It isn't as sustained as Steel Vengeance's Outer Banks, but this one throws you out of your seat like crazy. Then the double it gives 2 underrated solid hills of ejector airtime. Like, these ones I think are just like let it out of the... And these is an amazing part of a ride to go with ArieForce. But it also prepares you for the arcade roll. Oh my gosh. I haven't ridden the Mosasaurus roll on Velocicoaster, but this might be as close as I'll ever get to it. This is what makes this ride a top tier RMC. The amount of ejector airtime and whip you get makes you think that it shouldn't be legal. Then, afterwards, you have an off-axis airtime hill that's like the Outer Bank earlier in the ride, but much more forceful, as you're still heading at a tremendous speed, and it's like a small element, so the trains don't lose a lot of speed. Then you have a turnaround that pulls some G's. Like, I almost grayed out on that turnaround. It was that forceful. Then you have your fourth and final inversion, a 0G roll. This one isn't as good as the arcade roll in my opinion, but it's still amazing. Then you have your finale. The quad down into the brakes, I have heard and agreed, is the limit of airtime that most people can take. When RMC designed this, they must have not been using their brains, because the airtime on this ride hurts. Then you have one final hop into the very short brakes, which flings you forward out of your seat. From what I've heard, this is similar to that last snap into the brakes on Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa, where the stop is so abrupt that you fly forward into your seat. Overall, this ride is amazing. I think I overhype it a little too much because I have many RMCs as most people have, but I can say that it is my favorite RMC. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.